All right, you guys, this is Luke. For those of you who don't know, he is on the website. This horse is a really gorgeous Azteca. He is, he's got a little Andalusian in him, as if you can't tell. He definitely has some Andalusian in him. Hang on right there, I want to show him. Now, this horse right here came to us, and he had one minor problem. He had a sarcoid on the side of his pee-pee, and he did not look this good. He looks good. I'm impressed. He's like thickening up. All right, so I'm gonna drop down right here and show you guys. He had this sarcoid, and we have been treating it. It has some cream, and it is healing. So this was not diagnosed to be anything but a sarcoid because of the texture and the manner of it. We bought some cream for sarcoids. We've been painting it on there, and Tylen can tell you from the first time he saw it to now, this is drastically better, and it is starting to become like a scab and come off. And I do believe that that will heal, and it will not be a long-term issue. This horse was used for beginner dressage lessons, as well as like play days. He's been roped off of. He kind of had an interesting past, which was really neat. Originally, he was broke by a Hispanic family that did some charros and things like that. They had ridden him in parades. They had roped off of him and done lots of cool stuff. Then a lady in California had him. She's the lady that was on his Coggins. All of his paperwork is out of California. I spoke with her, and she was actually devastated to hear that he had made it to Texas and the way that it happened. So she only sold him, I guess, I just recently spoke with her. So she said, the only reason I sold him is because we have not very much land. You know, we had a lot of fires. We were just cutting back, hay shortage. And she was like, I haven't had the amount of lessons that I had. So I got rid of 4 of my really nice, solid lesson horses in exchange for 1 registered horse. And she said, it was a mistake. I wish I wouldn't have done it. She said, not because he ended up, you know, in Texas with you guys. She was like, but just because that horse was not a better horse than my lesson horses. So I spoke with her. She's very nice. I'll be more than happy to pass whoever purchases him's information onto her. But she said that he has always just been really nice, gentle, and he's got a nice foundation. She said that kids have ridden him, adults have ridden him. And I asked her about the sarcoid. She said as long as she's owned him, he's had a little spot right there. She did say that the more you ride him, just the more gentle and soft he is, but he's never gotten fresh. That was my main thing. I asked her, if you give him a lot of time off, does he get fresh? She said, absolutely not. Absolutely not. And he's been off here. I think the last time he was ridden, Tylen rode him. And I really like this horse. So, of course, the information he came with from the sale barn was similar to the story that the lady kind of verified, but after speaking with her, I really felt better because she said she had given lessons on him, owned him for a long time. She gave English and Western lessons. She said he had been ridden by beginner adults, novice children, and she said the good thing about Luke here, which, by the way, that's not what she called him. They called him Casper. I don't like that name. They called him Casper. And she said the biggest thing about Casper was if you put a very nervous rider on him, he doesn't get super nervous. He's got to go potty. Give him a minute. She said that's the one good thing, is that he does not get nervous if the rider gets nervous. She said he can take a very nervous child, a nervous adult. She said he'll pack them. And that's a great... He will pack a nervous rider with no problem. And she did say that as far as dressage goes, he's been shown a little bit at some of the like schooling type shows, nothing official. Like she said, nothing like at big official shows, but they do have in California a lot of like beginner level and green level and starter level type schooling shows. And she said he hauls fantastic. And she did say that he is good enough that if somebody wanted to just focus on dressage, she felt like he could probably work, he could probably work and do better. But it's hard, she said, to keep a horse really tuned up and you know, that you could show when you're allowing every beginner on your property. You know, she said she gets lots of people that will come and take 1 or 2 lessons and never come back, you know, and those are the kind of people she would put on him, her first time students. She said, so he packed around lots and lots of different people that did multitudes of things. So just so you guys are aware. And he's got a really nice, lovely trot, and he'll get a little extended trot going. I don't think he loves a shank bit, which is okay. She had always ridden him in a D-bit, and she did say that they rode him in a D-bit. And he's been ridden English since she's had him dominantly, but she said he had gone Western, and he was Western when she got him. So this is a super cute horse. He can do anything you ask. He picked up leads both directions. I think the original little lead change was right when you got into that corner. I think he thought you were going to go up the fence, like, and then he was like, oh, where are you going? Tylen's like, where are you going? He's very, like, he pays attention, you know. He's also younger than we had suspected. Come here, let's look at his teeth. She said, because when he was sold to us, he was, let's see, she said he was only 10 or 11. Yeah, I could see that. He's not, there's that groove is really not there. It's just starting right there. That's interesting. So she said, yeah, she said that she thought that he was like 10. She was like, I think from what I know, he's 10 to 11. And I'm like, okay. So he is a nice mover, and he really is not a hard keeper. Him and Cookie are turned out. They get 1 grain mill a day, but of course they have a big round bell and everything else. So he is a nice mover, and he's soft. Will you trot the barrels on him, and just that way they can kind of see you can do anything with him. Come here, Bear. And I think he's been used for kids to go very, very, very docile and even-tempered, for sure. The only reason I don't catalog him is because horses in some of those better options, they can't have a little sarcoid like that. You could probably put him maybe in a local catalog sale and just note it, but he's not going to be available like some of those ones that they have to have a full vet check prior to even being entered. Probably wouldn't accept him, which is fine. I mean, they have to be very picky, and I understand that, but that is not a detriment to him at all. Oh, okay. Okay, Luke. Again, they called him Casper, and that was just not for me. I think every gray horse in America is a Casper. How cute is he? He's like, oh, you want to do the barrels? I can do the barrels. Look at that, you guys, really trying hard. Just a good horse. Could do absolutely anything that you wanted. And look at that, he's loped everywhere, and now look, just drop his head and ride off. So quiet, even-tempered, beautiful. And somebody asked me about the sarcoid. Hang on one second. They were like, oh, well, I saw, of course, you know, people want to comment and say hateful things. So I said he had a sarcoid, and they were like, oh, it's probably cancer. That's not cancer, first of all. And second of all, they said he must have melanomas under his tail, and I wanted to make sure you guys saw that he is clean underneath. He has absolutely no melanomas, no lumps or bumps or any kind of cancer at all. So my good barrel mare has a sarcoid, Petra, on her shoulder, and Jacob's good horse, Freckles, has one on the side of his face. I don't know. I mean, they're just... With those two horses, we did the same cream to where they just laid flat so that they didn't have a little raise to them, especially with Jacob's horses being on his face so the bridle doesn't rub it. But I just want to make sure you guys know that Luke is genuinely as gentle as any horse that we have. I can't imagine him not being perfect, especially if you wanted to go down the trails. I mean, this is a very nice horse that can go English or Western. All right, you guys, this is Luke. Make sure you like, comment, and share our videos. It's very important right now. Our algorithm is slow. So let's like, comment, and share.